Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of More Than Just Task Management, your favorite weekly productivity podcast. With me, Anna Angelova, and my co-host, Jores Minasvand. We are here live in our Focus and Fulfillment group on Facebook. And wherever you're listening on the podcast platforms, it's recorded. So if you want to catch us live and ask questions as we are having these conversations, join the Focus and Fulfillment group on Facebook. Just search for Focus and Fulfillment and you'll find us. And let me say hi to Joris first. Hey, Joris, you are joining us from Austria today.
Hey Anna, yes I am. It's 6 p.m. We just finished a grueling day. Time for dinner after this call. Uh, I hear the weather is not very good in Canada, in Toronto area.
Oh yeah, with the forest fires, the air is really bad today, yesterday. Hopefully it clears out.
Mm.
Well, hopefully they deal with the fires, of course, and then it clears out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the ones that are deliberately set, there are
This is a topic
five
for
of them.
another day, but probably
Yeah.
yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
The
I've
one
been
in
seeing.
Spain, they arrested a guy in Spain. The one that set the fires in Spain. The one in France, south of Paris. Those are also they found the person. They're all environmentalists are doing it on purpose. Anyways, it's a different
Anyways,
call for
it's
a
a
different
different
day.
topic. I
Yeah,
know it's a different topic for a
yeah.
different day. I do see, and this is one of the other things that they talk about, that they're spraying here, they're spraying with chemicals. So how much of this is caused by our
Chemicals.
interference and things like
Yep.
this? But again,
Yeah.
topic for another day. What we are discussing today is the 6 factors that influence performance. And like when you think about it, when you think about achieving your goals, when you think about getting better in any area of life, like whether it's your career, whether it is what I'm doing right now with running and shedding some pounds, whether it is being better as a husband, wife. Uh, I don't know if you remember, a few years ago there was this thing about like 10,000 hours, how you need 10,000 hours of practice to reach a certain level of greatness. But when you think about it, it's not just the time that you spend, it's also that feedback loop that you need to improve. And the thing is that not every time you perform in the same way. Like, not every time you're in peak performance shape. Like, not every time when you present in front of people in a meeting, you present the same way. Sometimes you suck. Sometimes it's like, it's not your day. And then other times, everything flows. So, there are ups and downs. And I love what you're saying, how what you look for, what do you need to look for is the trajectory. Because, and this is something that if you actually imagine a lot of times when they show the stock market, it goes up and down every day, like down, 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 up, down, up. But if you look at the overall trajectory, it's going up. So this is what you're looking when it comes to your performance. Again, whether it's something that you're doing for work, something that you're doing for your health, something that you're doing for your relationships, personal development, spirituality, whatever it is. And I lost your camera, Joris. I don't know if you turned it off or not, and you're muted as well right now. So I guess I will continue talking about it. So one of the things with performers when it comes to how you perform every single time, again, like sometimes things work well and sometimes they don't. Sometimes you feel good about it and sometimes you feel bad. So why, right? Like, it's natural to ask why. And it's also natural. One of the things I think about sometimes is like, I'm thinking how, oh, I want to run faster and faster every day. But the other day or like a week ago, I was so close to my personal best, but couldn't do it. So in general, you might be wondering why some days you're doing well, some days not, and what's impacting you. So there are 6 factors which Yeah, I was introduced to these 6 factors as part of my training with IPEC as I was training to become a professional coach. So these 6 factors, we'll talk about them, each of them separately, but these 6 factors are spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, social, and environmental. So these are the 6 factors. And starting with the first one I mentioned, spiritual. So what this is all about your values, your purpose, and if you do something that doesn't align with your values and your purpose, you would feel off. You wouldn't be at your peak performance. Let's say you are on a sales call with a potential client, with a company that is interested in using your services or your product or something like this, but it's a company that you don't want to work with. It's a company that somehow their practices, yet you don't align with them. So on this call, on this sales call, you will probably feel a little bit of that spiritual factor coming in. There, like one of the things you might feel is guilt that you're on this conversation, you're talking about these things when you don't align with what this company is doing. Like example, you're an environmentalist because we talked about environmentalists, and suddenly Shell is interested in working with you, like in some ways. So this is the first factor that impacts us. And I know you might be thinking that, oh, spiritual, this is nonsense. It's not. Like our values, what we stand for, our beliefs, they matter and they drive our decisions a lot. Subconsciously, we're driven by these things and it impacts how we perform. When we're doing something, when we're engaged in an activity that is not aligned with our values, there is resistance. We are not at our best. We are not at our peak. We don't show up. And we wouldn't even want to get better at these things. So I'll stop talking and I'll give you a chance to share so far your thoughts as well, Joris.
First off, I disappeared because of the severe allergies that I've picked up when I come to Europe. So I didn't want to be on camera or have anything being heard. But yeah, the spiritual part of it, I believe it's like 99% subconscious. Uh, because again, sometimes you feel obligated, it's in your job description, or you want to be polite, but it comes out in your demeanor, it comes out in your voice, it comes out in the words that you use, and it's very, very difficult to manage. And I think it's the most difficult to manage if you put yourself in that position, and it's all subconscious. So it is one of the important ones to make sure that you're spiritually present wherever you are, whatever it is that you're doing, to make sure that you deliver that positive message. And you want to be present as well yourself, right? You don't want to be dreaming about something else while you're speaking with your client. They can see it, like
Absolutely.
whatever it is you're doing. Yeah, if even sometimes I feel that when I'm going for a run, even like I take the first 100 yards, 100 steps, and I'm like, no, I'm going home. Bye. Spiritually, I can't take it. It does. I'm not here. If I'm not where I'm running, I might as well not do it. So
Absolutely. And
yeah,
again, when you think about this one, is really aligning with your beliefs, your values. And again, sometimes a lot of us, we don't even realize what our values are. We don't even realize what our beliefs are. We don't even realize what our goals are. To be able to say, oh, wait a minute, this is what's going on right now. I'm going against my own self. That's why I feel like this. So it's important, whatever habit you're building, whatever routines you have, whatever you're doing for your goals. Again, it applies to career, it applies to your business, it applies to your health, your relationships, whatever it is. Spiritual factor is one thing that impacts how you will show up in any kind of situation. Now, the second one is mental. And I would say the mental I understand very, very clearly. And this one is ultimately how well you can do the task, whatever you're doing. Is it something that is too easy for you, too hard for you, or right there in that sweet spot where you like it? Can you focus? Can you stay focused? This is the mental part where, George, I know you mentioned with the running, one of the things is that mentally you're not there. Because when you think about it spiritually, running, you like running, like you enjoy the freedom. But then sometimes mentally you're not there. You're thinking about something else, and you're focused, no, not focused on what is right in front of you. And a lot of times, like for me, a lot of times this thing happened, like with tedious work, this thing happens. Where when I have to do something that is too, like a second grader can do this kind of thing. I don't feel like doing it. I procrastinate. And then on the other side, when it's something complex, when it's something like a huge project, a huge initiative that we're working on, then sometimes I feel overwhelmed. And again, I procrastinate and I don't start doing these things. And this is where I love what you're saying. Don't look at the 60 pounds, the run today. Like, focus on the run today. So make it small, make it mentally, you can deal with this mentally. Like you can make it small enough that it's not too small, right? It's not too tedious, but then it's not too big for you to feel paralyzed.
Absolutely. Losing 60 pounds sounds big, but losing zero point 0.4 pounds is doable. One day at a
Okay.
time, zero point 0.4 pounds at a time, as long as the trajectory that you talked about, you're on a losing trajectory. If 4 or 5 days in a row you're gaining, even zero point 0.4 or whatever, you have to stop and adapt. So mentally you can destroy yourself or mentally you can lift yourself up. So yeah, I think it's even stronger than spiritual.
Well, all of them impact at different times. Like these are all factors that, and a lot of times it's not just one factor that's impacting us. So again, when you are about to do something, like you need, whether it's a habit, whether it's a routine, or just you're working on something like a one-off project, ad hoc, something that's related to your goals, these are things that can impact your performance. These are things that can impact, do you start working on this or not? Do you procrastinate or not? And a lot of times it's not just one of them. A lot of them can come in play together. They can influence us together. Which brings us to the third one, which is the emotional. And the emotional is also a little bit sometimes harder to understand, but it's ultimately how well your needs and desires are met by what you're doing. And this is something where also, can you emotionally process this? Like, is it a situation that is familiar for you or not? And you know, are you excited, enthusiastic about this or not? This is part of the emotional factor. And if you are in a new situation that you've never been in, then you might be afraid. Like, this is where emotional factor comes in. Like, you don't know what this is, like that unfamiliarity. Uh, so again, all these factors, all these influencing aspects, influencers, like they're there, they're present, and they are either helping us perform at our best when the conditions are where they need to be, or they stop us from performing at our best.
Yes, that is the third one. Emotions are also very strong. You're right. They're almost, yeah, you can say one is stronger than the other. I think equally they gang up to either make our lives or destroy our lives, but you need to be able to control all of them. So, yeah, emotions are also very strong, especially fear. Fear also at one of the strongest emotions subconsciously will literally cripple you from
Yeah.
eating, from walking, from leaving your condo, like whatever it is that you're doing, fear is very strong. Yeah. So yes, emotionally you have to be in check as well.
Yes, and emotionally, but one of the things about the emotional part is also, are we able to respond instead of react to situations? Because sometimes, like, we know what happens, but other times things change. So, like with what we mentioned about the weather, and what we have with the smoke right now and the air quality, which it's right now it's considered hazardous. So I couldn't go run outside. So I had to go run on the treadmill. Now, I have experience running on treadmills. I know how to do this. But imagine if I was not running on treadmills before. Like suddenly I'm in a situation, do I go run or do I skip? Do I go to the treadmill or do I skip? And if I didn't know how to use the treadmill, and you remember the first time I stepped on a treadmill, the way I reacted. So being able to handle the situation, knowing how to respond instead of reacting, and the other thing is expectations also come into play, because like when we think set certain expectations that, oh, this is how it should go, and then it goes in a completely different unexpected way, in a bad way, then you know what happens usually, like we break down.
Yeah, so true. I mean, um, I think it's easier to be afraid and break down than it is to be strong and not break down and, prevail. It takes more energy to do that. That's why I think you subconsciously give in to the fear and you give up. It's easier,
Oh,
much,
it's
much
easier.
easier.
Yeah, going with the
Yeah,
flow. That's true.
yeah, go with the flow.
That's true.
Yeah,
Which going to the with the flow, it brings us to the fourth one, which is the physical. So when it comes to physical, it's how you feel physically. I also think this one is easy to understand, and this is where your health, sleep, hydration, nutrition, all these things come into play. And Joris, I know that right now your sleep has been very, very bad the past days, and it's impacting your concentration. It's impacting
yeah.
everything you do.
Yep, everything that I do. On top of the jet lag, the fatigue, 3 hours of sleep, and every night being in the office 7 a.m., workshops until 6 p.m., repeat, repeat, repeat. It's like, yeah, everything is on zero right now. Energy, hydration, everything is on empty. I absolutely have nothing left.
And this
And
is the
it's,
same thing we see when we go for runs. What we ate the previous night impacts how we feel on the run. What we drank, like if we had alcohol or not. So physical, I think this one is the easiest one to understand.
mm,
And it's also the easiest one to neglect as well, if you think about it.
mm, yep, yep. The one, again, you blame one thing to the other, and then you just end up snowballs.
It snowballs, yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't. I think in the whole week I've been here, I drank probably equal water that I do in a whole maybe one day back home
Oh,
for the whole
wow.
week. Yep. I don't even have water right now in the room, but I have drank more beer than I do in 1 year. So
Yep.
it just changes. Yeah, but again, it's temporary. I know it's going to change. Saturday I'm home, Sunday I'm back to normal. So, but being aware of your physical strength and not pushing yourself. Like I'm not pushing myself. One of the things, I usually eat 1 or 2 meals a day. Here I eat all 3 meals. I don't stress because my body, everything is stressed out. Physically, I'm keeping myself full. Like I don't skip any meals. So I stay at least energized. So yeah, you
Oh,
need to be
yeah.
aware of your physical as well.
And this is where not adding stress on top of stress, this is one of the ideas I really like. So if this is a factor that's impacting you, there's something physically, like you didn't sleep well, you're not feeling well. For the women listening or watching this right now, it's your first day of the period, it's it is like this, some of these things are demanding. Some of these things are already putting you in a place where you don't have all the energy. You are tired. There's something going on. Then putting additional stress on this, and like you said, not eating, skipping a meal or something like this doesn't make sense. But again, that's why, like, when you are thinking about achieving your goals, when you are thinking about being productive, being out there and living life to the fullest, physical health and keeping yourself energized, it matters a lot. It matters a lot. So again, I think this one is kind of evident and people know about this. So uh, I know we can talk about some of these things a lot, and I know you're tired. So moving to the fifth one, it's the social factor. And this is ultimately how much interaction you have. Because this is one thing where, if you think about it, for some things, you might enjoy being together with other people, working together with other people. And it might be working together with one or two people. It might be working together with 20 people. This might be your sweet spot. Or it might be doing things on your own. So the people around you, they impact how you perform. And this is one of the things I've heard a lot about, and I haven't experienced this yet. So for running, it's only the two of us that sometimes we go together. And a lot of times I go run on my own. And everyone says that when you go together with the group, when you go to for a 5K, one of those events, that you kind of pick it up with the group. You go. That's why you can go faster and beat your personal best, because people around you, in a way, they drove you. They energize you. So this is one thing that impacts, and it's not just for running. Again, is for everything, every single area, uh, at work especially. Again, this is where a lot of people probably have experience. You know what it's like to be working with other people and how you feel in situations where you're doing things on your own. And there are a lot of people, especially extroverts, who, like, when we had to, like, we were all working from home, they were miserable. But once the return to office mandate started, they felt happy.
Oh yeah, it's also the social of it. Uh, Different people react differently. I mean, some people like the social, go to the office, sit in the train. I'd rather commute to Europe than go downtown Toronto, but that's a different story. That's a different social thing. But yeah, sometimes being in a train and being social drives people, and sometimes that turns them off. They become scared and get phobia, and yeah, you got to find your social um, situation that drives you.
Yeah. And
And yeah,
with this one also, you know how they also say that you're the average of the five people you spend the most time with? This also, in a way, comes into this, like, do you have the right amount of people involved in whatever you're doing, like, for you to be at peak performance? And I think I cut you off. You wanted to say something.
no. Go ahead. Go ahead. I was just not agreeing with you.
Okay. Okay. So the last part we have, that the last thing that influences how we perform is, of course, the environment. And the environment is the chair you're sitting on, or the bed you're lying on, whatever it is, right? It is the equipment, like the treadmill. Remember when we were going to that office, not office, sorry, to that gym where the police officers are training? Their treadmills were amazing. And I think this was the first time I ran a 5K under 30 minutes on that treadmill. So the environment includes your equipment. It includes how cold it is, how cold it is, all these kind of things, your clothes even. So, and again, this is in any situation, like with the runs we do, when it's too hot outside, like, it's really hard to run when it's like 30 or and above. Like, and especially with the humidity here, it's hard. It's so much easier 20 degrees in the morning. It's all fresh and it feels so good. We feel much more energized. And the same thing applies to work, like, whether it's something that you are just doing on your own on the computer, or you are in a meeting presenting or sharing something in front of the board of directors, whatever it is, or a room full of executives, whether it is even at home, just being a brother or a sister, a mother or a daughter, a father or a son, right? Or a spouse. Like, the environment impacts us a lot. How we perform things, how energized we are. So uh, this is the last factor, and some people feel like, "Ooh,"
Jet lag is at its full
jet lag is at its full.
full
Yes.
force. Yes, and I haven't had any good meal. I'm running out of energy.
Oh, well, this was the last factor, the environment. So,
All
want to
right.
share anything about this?
No, I think it's again, environment is one of the things that can stress you a lot. So put you like I haven't run all week here because it's extremely hot, and I'm already jet lagged. I have a lot in my mind, and I don't know the environment. I'm not used to it. I don't know the path, so I don't want to get stressed. You know what? This whole week I won't run. That's okay. Come Sunday morning, I'm on outside running. So of all of these, whichever one or a combination of whichever one is stressing you out, don't stress yourself out. If you are stressed out more than 1 day or 2 days, there's something chronically wrong. You need to stop and reevaluate your entire life. But if you're running 6 days a week and one day there's environment or emotion or feelings or whatever it is that you don't want to run, that's okay. Don't stress yourself. Like you said, stressing already stressed body or mind is not good. So yeah, but it does. And then one of the things that they say, once you know you have a problem, you can solve it.
Yeah, you can
And
figure out what
knowing,
it is. Yeah.
being aware that one of these six things is affecting me, it makes it easier for you to find out which one it is, and solve it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
decide, like you said, and again, I know we talk about a lot about exercising and running, but like what you said about what you're doing, and like one other option is preparation beforehand and making the decision beforehand that, like you said, 5 a.m. you're up and you go to the gym and you do something on the treadmill, on the elliptical. So this is where I like what you were saying as we are summing up this thing and finalizing our conversation today. Ultimately, now that you know these six factors, which one is impacting you? And it's okay, it's okay, sometimes it's a little bit hot outside, of course, so it will impact you, which means that maybe today's run will not be as good as the one yesterday, but that's okay, that's perfectly okay. What we're looking for is that trajectory, that consistency, that improvement in the long term, not from yesterday to today specifically. Again, your first day of the period, your period, and you need to present something. You feel down, you feel tired, so you don't perform well. It's okay. It's perfectly okay. And this is one of the things that your capacity for today might be 80%, and you give your 80% today, fantastic. You gave it all. Your capacity tomorrow will be 100%. Tomorrow you give 100%. Fantastic. The day after that, it might be 50% because something is going on. So one thing is, I like what you said, Joris, don't stress yourself too much. These ups and downs are normal. It's part of life. All these things, when you think about it, there are six things that are influencing us every single day, how we perform, how well we do things. And a lot of times it's not just one of them. Like a lot of them are in play, and maybe sometimes even all six of them. So one thing is don't stress yourself. And then the second thing is figuring out, having the awareness and figuring out what it is and can you do something about it? What can you do about it? Sometimes the answer is, you know what, there's nothing I can do about it. And sometimes the answer is, oh, this is what's impacting me. Let me change things.
Awareness is key. Yeah. And when
It
you
is
know
key.
something, it takes you 5 minutes to dig inside and find out what it is. Is it your emotions? Is it your whatever it is? Physique, you know.
The
And
physical, mental,
that's the
social.
one that and that's the one. Once sometimes you see patterns and you start going towards chronically, like something is becoming chronic. You work hard on that one to fix it.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
of course, tune in back to our conversations because like we're talking about these things. How do you achieve your goals? How do you perform better every time? How do you improve? How do you this is one of the things I like, and I know I've mentioned it before. I've been following Darren Hardy for a while. Better every day. This is his motto. Better every day, even if it's just a little bit. And sometimes better every day means that I put my shoes on and I go outside and I just go out. That's it. This is it. It doesn't mean that I improve my time. So anyway, I know we talked a lot, and I know you're very tired, Joris, and it's almost dinner time for you. Really appreciate you showing up for this today. And whether you are listening to us on a podcast platform or you're here in our Facebook group, we would actually really appreciate. We are in the process of doing a little bit of market research. So if you're interested, comment, let us know, and we will reach out to see if you're interested in sharing your thoughts. So we're doing market research on goal setting, goal achievement, productivity. Like, how do you set your goals? How do you achieve them? All these kind of things. So if you're interested in sharing your process, what you do, and having a conversation with me, let us know in the comments, and we'll reach out to you. And we'll be back next Thursday. Well, the recorded part is next Thursday. Live in the group, I don't know. Hopefully before Thursday. We'll be back next Thursday with another conversation. Wishing you a wonderful day. And again, thanks, Joris. Enjoy your evening. And I'll see you in Canada.